Hello everyone. So welcome to today's lecture. How are you all? All doing okay? Okay. So today's lecture is on the gravitational acceleration, that is acceleration due to gravity. Before entering into that, we will go through the homework. Okay, I had given you first question yesterday. I had given you was Kepler's laws. You have to write only the bold letters on page number 3. That means you have to write only the orbit of a planet is an ellipse, this bold lettered sentences, this bold lettered sentence and this bold lettered sentence, but till here, till constant is equal to k, till there you have to write. Okay, so these are the 3 laws of Kepler. You have to draw this diagram also. It is a 3-mark question. Okay, now the next question was Newton's law of universal law of gravitation. It is on page number 4. According to this theory, every object in the universe attracts every other object. You may see, okay, the first paragraph from according to this theory till the end of the paragraph, that is square of the distance between them. And the derivation also you are having. For derivation, you have to draw this diagram and write till here, from here till here. Okay, from figure 1.5 till G universal gravitational constant. Till there you have to write. Okay. Next question was derive. One question was there, derive the SI unit of G. Okay. For that you have to refer to board. Okay, I had solved it and shown. You have to refer to that and write it accordingly. It is not there in the textbook. If you want, you may refer to notes. It is there in the notes. Okay. Now the next, how did Newton postulate the inverse law of gravitation? For this in your schools they will give from here till here. Okay. But I had reduced it into some points on the board. You may refer to that on the board and write it from the board. Copy it from the board. Okay. So I think these are the questions. Okay, if any other questions are there and you are not getting the answers, you may ask me. Okay. Now we may move on to the next topic. Gravitational acceleration, that is G. According to Newton's second law of motion, a force acting on a body results in its acceleration. Now you have studied what is acceleration. Last year you had studied about speed, velocity, acceleration, uniform motion, non-uniform motion. Do you remember? Okay, acceleration means when there is change in velocity. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. If there is change in velocity, then there is acceleration. If there is no change in velocity, there is no acceleration. Okay. Now, whenever an object falls downwards, I will give you an example. When you are sliding on a slide, you know a slide. Okay. When you are sliding on a slide, when you come downwards, as you come downwards, the velocity, the speed goes on increasing. Okay, as you go downwards, the speed goes on increasing. Similarly, this effect, okay, is experienced by every object which is falling. Whenever an object falls, it falls on the surface of the earth. What is the direction of that force of attraction? That force of attraction is directed towards the center of the earth. Okay, now when it is falling, its velocity goes on increasing. Okay, it goes on increasing. So there is change in velocity. As there is change in velocity, there is acceleration. And that acceleration is called as acceleration due to gravity. So due to gravity, what is gravity? It is a gravitational force of attraction exerted by the earth on the objects. When an object is falling from an upper surface, it is attracted towards the center of the earth. But when it is falling, its velocity goes on increasing. That means there is change in velocity. As there is change in velocity, there is acceleration. So whenever an object falls, it experiences acceleration. So we will see. According to Newton's second law of motion, a force acting on a body results in its acceleration. Thus, gravitational force due to earth on a body results in its acceleration. Due to gravitational force also there is acceleration. Now this is called acceleration due to gravity and it is denoted by the letter G. Now you may note that this is small g, and that day we had studied that was capital G. What is capital G? Capital G is universal gravitational constant. And what is small g? It is acceleration due to gravity. I repeat, what is capital G? Capital G is universal gravitational constant. And what is small g? Small g is acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Now the derivation. Now the derivation for small g. This derivation you may copy, and even if you write this you will get marks. Okay, in your textbook they have given a little bit confusing manner. Okay, so according to universal law of gravitation, we know that F is equal to G m1 m2 upon d square, where F stand for gravitational force, G stand for universal gravitational constant, m1 is mass of one object, m2 is mass of another object. There are two objects. D square, D is the distance between the two objects. Do you remember in the last lecture we had studied this equation, F is equal to G m1 m2 upon d square. Now here we are considering an object on the surface of the earth. So one object is earth itself and the other object is the object which we are considering. Okay, so there are two objects. One is the earth itself and other is another object which is on the surface of the earth. Okay, so here m1 is equal to capital M, which is considered to be mass of the earth, and the distance, what will be the distance? The distance is from the center of the earth to the surface of the earth, as the object is on the surface of the earth. Okay, the object is on the surface of the earth. So distance from the center is taken as r, that is radius of the earth. So here m1 is equal to m, that is mass of the earth. Consider an object of mass m. That object which is kept on the surface of the earth is having mass m. Let the acceleration due to gravity be g. Okay, and the radius of earth be r, capital R. So F is equal to G m upon r square, where F stand for gravitational force, G stand for universal gravitational constant, capital M stand for mass of the earth, small m stand for mass of the object, and r stand for radius or the distance. Understood? Now Gm upon r square. Okay, we know that F is equal to ma. This equation we had studied last year. F is equal to ma, where F stand for force, m is mass, and a is acceleration. Here F is equal to mg, because we are going to calculate acceleration due to gravity, and acceleration due to gravity is denoted by the letter g. So instead of a we are writing g. So the equation becomes F is equal to mg. Let this be the first equation, this be the second equation. Both are the values of F. So combining 1 and 2 you will get Gmm upon r square is equal to mg. This F is equal to Gmm upon r square. Here F is equal to mg. So Gmm upon r square is equal to mg. Gmm upon r square is equal to mg. M and m will get cancelled because on both sides of the equal symbol. Understood? So my m and m will get cancelled, and the equation remaining will be Gm upon r square is equal to g. That is, g is equal to Gm upon r square. So here we have derived the equation for acceleration due to gravity, that is g is equal to gm upon r square, where m is mass of the earth, g is universal gravitational constant, r is radius of the earth, g is acceleration due to gravity. This is capital G and this is small g. What is capital G? It is universal gravitational constant, and what is small g? It is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, if you are having a question, what is acceleration due to gravity? Derive an equation for acceleration due to gravity. It is a 3-mark question. You have to write from here till here. You have to write the equation. Derive the equation g is equal to gm upon r square. That means from here till here. Hope you have understood. This is the first question. What is acceleration due to gravity? Derive an equation for acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Now the next is derive the value of g on the surface of the earth. Now the value of g, this g is different on different planets. Okay, why it is different on different planets? Because the mass of earth and mass of Mars, mass of moon is not the same. So as the value of mass and radius, the radius of earth, radius of Mars, radius of moon, it is not the same, isn't it? So as the value of m and r changes, the value of g will also change. Will the value of capital G change? The value of capital G does not change. What is the value of capital G? It is always 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square kg raised to minus 2. It is always that value. Okay. Now if you have to find out the value of G, which equation you have to use? Which G? Small g. What is small g? Small g is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, so acceleration due to gravity g is equal to gm upon r square. Now we are going to find out the value of small g on the surface of earth. That means g, acceleration due to gravity on earth. The question is, derive the value of g on the surface of earth. Here the value of m, we know that the mass of earth is 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Radius of earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. And universal gravitational constant G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square kg raised to minus 2. These three values you have to by heart and keep. Okay, because in some numericals you won't be given those values, you have to write on your own. So you have to learn these values. Which three values? I repeat, m is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Radius r is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. And g is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square kg raised to minus 2. By substituting the values in the equation, g is equal to gm upon r square. 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 6 into 10 raised to 24 upon 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 the whole square. This much is the value of capital G. This is the value of capital M, and this is the value of capital R. Now how to calculate it? 6.67, you have to take the numbers together and the 10 raised to powers towards the next. Okay, so I have taken the numbers together, 6.67 into 6. This 6 I have brought here and this I have put here. 10 raised to minus 11 into 10 raised to 24 is equal to 10 raised to minus 11 plus 24. Okay, a raised to m into a raised to n is a raised to m plus n by the law of indices. So it becomes 6.67 into 6 into 10 raised to minus 11 plus 24 upon 6.4 square is 40.96 and 10 raised to 6 whole square is 10 raised to 12. You will get this value as 40.02. This value is written as it is into 10 raised to 13. This value becomes to 10 raised to 13 and this value I have written as it is. Okay, now this value, this 10 raised to 13 upon 10 raised to 12, 10 raised to 13 upon 10 raised to 12, a raised to m upon a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. So this will be 10 raised to 13 minus 12, so you will get it as 10 raised to 1. So it comes to 40.02 upon 40.96 into 10. By doing this, by calculating this, when you are multiplying with 10, the point will move towards the right. So it will become 400.2 upon 40.96, which will be equal to 9.77 meter per second square. Okay, so this is the calculation. While you are writing the answer, even if you don't write the calculation, they won't cut marks. Okay, you will be given marks. So don't worry for the calculation. You can write this much and you may direct write the answer, that is 9.77 meter per second square. Only you have to know the value of G, the value of M and the value of R. Now, so G on earth is equal to 9.77 meter per second square. Till here you have to write. From here, derive the value of G on the surface of the earth. If you have to find out the value of G on the surface of the earth, you should be knowing the values of capital G, capital M and capital R. That's all. So here the value of M is this much, R is this much, G is this much, and substituting the values you are getting the value G on earth is equal to 9.77 meter per second square. Now if you are going to calculate G on moon or G on Mars, the value of M and R will change. So accordingly G on moon, G on Mars will be different. Okay. Now acceleration. So what is the equation to find out G? G is equal to Gm upon R square. Now acceleration depends on mass and radius of the earth and not on the mass of the object. So in the equation, G is equal to Gm upon R square. What does M stand for? M stand for mass of the earth. So is there anywhere the value of object, mass of the object in the equation? No. Understood? So value of mass of object does not matter. Acceleration due to gravity is the same for all the objects. So whether the person is fat or whether the person is thin, both are attracted to by the universe, by the earth with the same acceleration. That means the acceleration due to gravity is the same. Okay, so acceleration depends on mass and radius of the earth and not on the mass of the object. Now till here, hope you have understood. So the first question is what is acceleration due to gravity, the derivation, and the second question, derive the value of G on the surface of the earth. You have to write till here. Now there is a can you tell question on page number 8. I'll show you page. Now you may take page number 8. There is a question. It is a very important question on page number 8. What would be the value of G on the surface of the earth if its mass was twice as large and its radius half of what it is now? Okay, so that question was asked last year in some of the schools. So you may see how to calculate it. So here in this question they have given the acceleration due to gravity G, that you have to find out. What will happen to acceleration due to gravity if the mass is twice and the radius is half? Okay, I will show you. The equation is G1 is equal to Gm upon R square. Let acceleration due to gravity be G1. G1 is equal to Gm upon R square. Instead of M, I will write it as 2M, and instead of R, I will write it as R upon 2 the whole square. I have substituted these two values. Now this equation will come to G into 2M upon R square upon 4. Okay, now R upon 2 whole square is R square upon 4. this 4 will go upwards, so it will become 8. 2 into 4, it will be 8. 8 into gm upon r square. Okay, 8 into gm upon r square. But we know that gm upon r square, gm upon r square, what is gm upon r square? It is equal to g. By substituting this here, you will get it as 8 into g. Okay, that means g1 is equal to 8g. g1 is equal to 8g. So what will happen to g if you increase the mass by 2 times and decrease the radius by 2 times? That means if you decrease the radius and if you increase the mass, what will happen to g? There might be one change. Here you are increasing the mass by 2m. It is, you are doubling it, and here this you are reducing it to half. So it will become gm upon r square, g1 is equal to 8g. That means the acceleration will increase 8 times. Below you have to write acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity will increase 8 times. This much you will have to write if you are having a question. This is a 2-mark question. You may copy this completely. You may write separate questions and copy it. Okay. Okay. We may move on to the next topic, that is variations in the value of g. So what is small g? Small g is acceleration due to gravity. Okay, we have finished in the other part of first part of the lecture that what is acceleration due to gravity and what is the acceleration due to gravity on the earth. It is 9.77 meter per second square, which is approximately taken as 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, and now we are going to study the variations in the value of g. There are some variations in the value of g on the earth itself. The question could be, what are the factors affecting the value of g? You may write this as the answer. Okay, those who are not having the textbooks, you may write this as the answer. These are the sentences from the textbook itself, so don't worry. So what are the factors affecting the value of g? There are 3 factors. Change along the surface of the earth. Okay, the earth is not exactly spherical. The earth is not exactly spherical. It is like this. It is having an oval shaped structure. Okay, that means it is bulged at the equator and flattened at the poles. I have written here, it bulges at the equator and it is flattened at the poles. Okay, that means the distance from here to here and here to here, it is not the same. From here to here, it is farther than this. The distance is more. This distance is more than this. This is the pole and this is the equator. Okay, so when the earth rotates, it gets a bulge at the equator and it gets flattened at the poles. Okay, so due to that, what happens? The shape of the earth is not exactly spherical, and so the distance of a point on the surface of the earth from its center differs from place to place. That means if it is here, the distance is different. If it is here, the distance is different. Due to its rotation, earth bulges at the equator and is flattened at the poles. Its radius is larger at the equator and smaller at the poles. Radius is the distance from the center. So the radius at the equator is larger and radius of the poles is lesser value. Okay. So what happens? The value of g is highest at the poles and lowest at the equator. So what is the value of g at the poles? At the poles it is 9.832 meter per second square, and at the equator it is 9.78 meter per second square. This could be an objective question also. What is the value of g at the center? What is the value of g at the center of the earth? That we will see afterwards. What is the value of g at the center of the earth? What is the value of g at the poles? What is the value of g at the equator? What is the value of g at the poles? It is 9.832 meter per second square, and at the equator it is 9.78 meter per second square. So this is the first factor affecting the value of g, change along the surface of the earth. So due to its rotation, whose rotation? Earth's rotation. Earth bulges at the equator and it's flattened at the poles. Its radius is larger at the equator and smaller at the poles. The value of g is highest at the poles and lowest at the equator. So this is the variation due to Earth's rotation, that is surface of the shape of the earth. Next is change with height. That means as the object goes higher and higher from the surface of the earth. That means if this is the earth and if the object is here somewhere, not on the surface, if the object is higher, that means if you are going higher and higher, what happens to the value of g? As we go above the earth's surface, the value of r, this distance, the distance will not be this much, the distance will be this much, the distance will be more, the value of r will increase. So as we go above the earth's surface, the value of r in the equation gm upon r square increases and the value of g decreases. How it will decrease? The equation is gm upon r square. So as the value of r increases, the value of g will decrease. Okay, so what happens to change with height? As we go above the earth's surface, the value of r in the equation gm upon r square increases and the value of g decreases. There is a table on page number 9. This table you may see 1.7. They have given examples of value of g at different heights. On the surface of the earth, that is height 0, the value of g is taken as 9.8 meter per second square. At Mount Everest, that means at a height of 8.8 kilometer, the value of g is still 9.8 meter per second square. Maximum height reached by man-made balloon, it is 36.6 kilometer. At that range, the value of g is 9.77 meter per second square. Height of typical weather satellite. Okay, so height is about 400 kilometer and the value of g is 8.7 meter per second square. Height of communication satellite. So what is the distance of communication satellite? Actually this point is also there in the last chapter of this paper. So the height is 35,700 kilometers and the value of g is 0.225. So at that height also there is the effect of g. That means the earth is attracting that object also towards itself. Understood? So there is acceleration due to gravity. That means if the satellite is not moving, it will fall towards the center of the earth, towards the surface of the earth. So the velocity, this we had studied in the last lecture. That means the artificial satellites, they are moving around the earth. Even there is a force of attraction between the two. The earth is attracting it also towards itself. But why don't it fall? It doesn't fall because of its velocity. It is moving at that speed and due to that velocity it does not fall. But it is under a force of attraction. Okay. So this is the table. In the answer you are not supposed to write the table, but questions on that could be asked. They will ask you the value of g at that particular position. For example, what is the value of g at Mount Everest? Such objective questions could be asked. So for that, this table you have to learn this table. Okay, you don't have to learn the height, you have to just learn the value of g. Now the change with depth. As we go deep into the earth, the value of r will reduce. As we go deep into the earth, that means if this is the earth and from this is the surface and we are going inside. As we are going inside, the value, the distance from the center will reduce. Understood? The value of r will reduce. So everybody will think that if the value of r decreases, the value of g should increase. But what happens till here? The mass of the earth, this much of the object is here. The object is here means this much of mass only we have to consider. We don't have to consider the complete mass of the earth. We have to consider only this much mass of the earth. That means the mass is also decreasing. Understood? So as the mass is also increasing, as the radius is also decreasing, as the mass is also decreasing, radius is also decreasing, as a combined effect, the value of g will decrease. So we will see, as we go deep into the earth, along with r, the value of m also decrease. As a combined effect, result of change in r and m, the value of g decreases. So the value of g at the center of the earth is 0. At the center of the earth, the value of g will be 0. So this is the answer for the question, what are the various factors affecting the value of g, that is acceleration due to gravity. You have to write in statements all these from here to here. Hope you have understood all the points. You may copy this and you may write accordingly in your notebook. Okay, otherwise you may mark these points in your textbook itself. Okay, write it. So the next question for today is, distinguish between gravitational constant and acceleration due to gravity. This is a 2-mark question which could be asked. Now the capital G, it is universal gravitational constant, and small g is acceleration due to gravity. In the last lecture we had studied the value, the definition for g. What is g is equal to? G is equal to f when there are two unit masses kept at unit distance away from each other. That means there are two objects, 1 kg mass, okay, and they are kept at a distance of 1 meter. With the equation f is equal to g m1 m2 upon d square, when m1 is equal to 1, m2 is equal to 1 and d is equal to 1, then f will be equal to g. So what is g? It is gravitational force acting between unit masses. Unit means 1. The gravitational force acting between unit masses kept at a unit distance away from each other is called as g. Okay, and what is small g? It is the acceleration produced in a body due to force of gravity alone. When an object is falling, there is an acceleration caused. That acceleration is called as g. This is the definition of capital G and small g, which is the first point. The second point, this g is a scalar quantity. Do you remember you had studied scalar and vector quantities last year? In a scalar quantity, we consider only the magnitude. The magnitude means a particular value, and in some cases, for example mass, we consider only the magnitude, the value, kiti kilo, how many kilos, 1 kilo, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg and so on. So there is a particular value. We are not considering its direction, whatever direction may be. So when we are not considering the direction, then that value it is said to be a scalar quantity. And if we are considering the direction, then it is said to be a vector quantity. I repeat, if we are for a physical quantity, both magnitude and direction is considered, then it is a vector quantity. If for a physical quantity only magnitude is considered, it is a scalar quantity. If you are not remembering, you may refer to last year's textbook. It is there in the first chapter. Okay, first chapter, check it. So g is a scalar quantity and small g is a vector quantity. Value of g is always constant, it does not change wherever you go. Even if you go on Mars, the value of g will be the same. Which g? It will be capital G. But what about small g? It varies. If you go on Mars, it will be different. It won't be 9.8 meter per second square. So the value varies with the height, shape and depth of the earth. On the earth itself there is variation. Okay, how will it, what are the factors which affect? It is the height, shape and depth of the earth. So according to height, shape and depth of the earth, the value of g varies, whereas the value of capital G is always constant. Okay, now what is the value of g? Value of G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square kg raised to minus 2. And the value of G on Earth's surface is taken as, this is an average value which is taken, even if it varies according to the surface of the Earth. The value 9.8 is an average value taken. It is taken as G into 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, so these are the points which you have to write if you are having a question distinguish between capital G and small g. Okay, so we have discussed 4 questions. What is acceleration due to gravity? Derive an equation. Derive the value of G on the surface of the Earth. Explain various factors affecting the value of G and distinguish between capital G and small g. The answers for these 4 questions I have written it on the board. You may copy it in your notebook. All these are very, very important questions. Okay, so you may copy it. Now on page number 8, there is a think about it question. Think about it. There is a yellow box given. What would happen if there were no gravity? Okay, what would happen if there were no gravity? I'll tell you the answer. You may write there with a pencil. The answer you may write it and keep. Objects will float into space. What would happen if there were no gravity? Objects will float into space. Second question. What would happen if the value of G was twice as large? Okay, value of G means the force of attraction. If it was twice as large, I'll tell you the answer. Weight of the object would double, comma, atmospheric pressure would increase, which all will lead to problems in survival. I repeat, weight of the object would double, atmospheric pressure would increase, which all will lead to problems in survival. Besides this, there would be other points also. Okay, but the main point is that it would become difficult for us to survive on the surface of the Earth if the value of G was twice as large. I repeat the answer. Weight of the object would double, atmospheric pressure would increase, which all will lead to problems in survival of living organisms. Okay, now on page number 9, think about it question, again a yellow box. Will the direction of gravitational force change as we go inside the Earth? Answer is no, it always acts towards the center of the Earth. I repeat, no, it always acts towards the center of the Earth. You may write the answer there itself. Second question. What will be the value of G at the center of the Earth? What is the value of G at the center of the Earth? The value of G is 0 at the center of the Earth. You may write the value of G is 0 at the center of the Earth. Okay. Now below that there is a paragraph in that on the moon it is about 1/6 the value of on the Earth. That means the value of G on the moon is 1/6 of that of the Earth. Understood? The value of G on moon is 1/6 of that of the Earth. Okay, hope you have understood all the points, all these questions. You may write the answers for all these questions. I have written on the board the answers for all these questions. You may copy and write. Okay, thank you.